We're going to do a short video on how you will upload your assignments to Google Classroom throughout the year. Not that all of them will be handed in through Google Classroom, but if they are, this is usually the way that we'll do it. So I'm going to try to look at things from a student's perspective. So we're going to log into a student's account here and we'll go from there. What you see right now on this screen is actually my classroom. But we're going to look at this from a student's perspective, which would be, let's see here, a student that is very near and dear to my heart. There we go. All right. So this is my daughter Ella's classroom, and she is enrolled in Honors Math 4, and that's where I've created an assignment. So we're going to go in there. So this is done right now on a Chromebook or a laptop, doesn't matter, the way that I'm looking at things. But we're going to do most of our uploading with a phone. I think it's the easiest way to do it. So you can see the assignment that's been posted right here is the syllabus, and there are two PDFs. One is the actual syllabus itself, and the other is called the Acknowledgement of Expectations form. And that's actually the form that she's going to be uploading, or I'm going to be uploading as an example as the assignment. When you click this assignment, this is what you're going to see from your perspective on a computer. These are those two PDFs again. This is what we're going to try from the beginning here is putting your images of your homework into a document. So that's what this is right here. I'm sure other teachers have already done that. Last year as a math department, a lot of us just had you upload images. This year we're going to have you put those into a document. To start with, we may go back to the images if this isn't worth it. But we're going to have you do this for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to using the phone so you can see what this would look like from the phone, since I think that'd be the easiest way to take the pictures. So we'll go to the phone. All right, so here we are looking at Classroom on the phone. This is the Google Classroom app. So you're going to definitely need the app on your phone for Classroom. And because we're going to be doing a lot of our stuff in Docs, you're also going to need the Google Docs app as well. Other teachers may use Slides or maybe Sheets, so you might need those for other teachers. For right now, we plan on doing this in Docs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, again, this is from the student's perspective. This is Ella's classroom, Honors Math 4, and here's that first assignment there, the syllabus assignment. I'm going to go ahead and click that, and just like over here in the upper right hand of the screen, this is what the Your Work looks like on the computer. On the phone, it's down here. You have to slide that up or just click it, and it'll go up. And here is that document right there. I don't think I messed something up when I was doing this. It won't always say template, hopefully. So I'm going to click that. Okay, so I'm pretending I'm the student right now. I'm Ella, going to upload this assignment here. One thing I want to point out right away is what opens up is just an image of the document. This is not, you can't paste anything in here. You can write on this with your fingers if you hit that pencil right there. I really don't see any need for us to be able to do that, but that's what that would do. So I'm going to just hit undo there. So instead of hitting that pencil, what we want to hit is this arrow right here that'll open this up in a new window in Docs. And there it is. Okay, so it looks a little bit different now because what you were seeing before as the image was the print, kind of the page layout view. So it looked exactly what it would look like if you were going to print it out. If you want to see that again, you could actually hit these three dots up here and change it to print layout, and now it looks like that, but now we can actually edit it. But I think once it comes down to, I think once you try to edit it, it's going to go away anyways. What you want to do is hit that pencil down there to edit this document. Okay, and then once you do, it kind of zooms in. You can start typing some things in here if you want to type your name. And the block. And again, this is, I'm just making stuff up now. This is how I plan on doing this. We might change some point to where you don't even have this title page, but I kind of like this idea for right now, so I'm going to keep it like that. But there we are there, and if you scroll down here, it says insert a photo of each page of the assignment on the following pages, one per page, please. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the very top of the page, I'm going to put a picture of that form here. So to get to that, what I got to do is kind of move the screen a little bit so I get that plus sign, and I want to add an image from the camera. So image, and then from camera is right there. If this is the first time you're doing this, I'm sure you guys have seen that before. It'll ask you for permission or that the phone needs permission. Go ahead and hit yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a picture of this form. Sorry. Over here so we can kind of see what's going on. So I'm going to just take a picture of this form here real quick. I'm going to show you what that picture looks like when I do it. Okay. I would say that's a pretty decent picture if you can see that. I don't have a lot of border around it. It's straight. You know, some of the things that we got last year was really hard to read. But I think this is a pretty decent photo of it. So I'm going to hit use photo, and it's going to paste it into that document right there. Now, if it adds another page at the bottom, that's not a big deal. I don't know if you can tell that. If it adds another page at the bottom, actually, I'll go to that print. Oh, I am on print layout. Okay. That's not a huge deal. I'm going to hit that check mark to say that I'm done with this right now. And then I'm going to go back. Oops. I'm going to go back to Classroom. And the thing is, when you go back to Classroom, it doesn't look like anything's there. It doesn't update right away. It's okay. Don't worry. Your photo is there. I'm going to hit that X right there. I as the student, I'm ready to go. I've edited that, and so I can turn it in now. If there's any reason for me to add other attachments, I can do it. But we are ready to turn it in there. And that was a step that a lot of students forgot to do last year. Down at the bottom it says unsubmitted if you want to. Maybe you realize you put the wrong picture on there, or you want to unsubmit it, or I could do it right here actually right now. And then I can go back in there and edit it. Once you submit a document, this is kind of weird on Google's end, is as a teacher, I become the owner of it. So what we found out last year is that students were not able to see the comments that we were leaving on the document because of that fact, and putting it into a doc will make that a little bit easier. I should have this on this whole time, shouldn't I? Sorry about that. So what I'm going to show you now is, leave that phone there in case we want to come back to that. So what I want to show you now is from my standpoint what this looks like. Actually, I'm going to make this a little smaller here for a second so that I can show you. Here's my Google Classroom here. Looks like somebody's turned it in. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. So this is what I see as a teacher. It looks like Ella has turned it in. So I'm going to click that to see her work. And there it is. It's loading very slowly, but there it is. Okay, so as it's coming up, what I'm going to do is kind of show you some other stuff here. So over here on the side, I can add a private comment. Actually, in the phone here, I'm going to close this out. I'm just going to go back to the front page there. Okay, so as a teacher, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to add a private comment. I'm just going to say, "Hi, Ella. How's it going?" I'm going to show you how this kind of works here. Then, when I click post, this is a private comment on the actual assignment. So if you see right here on her phone, immediately it sent her a message from Classroom and from Gmail, because she has notifications turned on that way, that she got a private comment on her assignment. Now, if she goes to her Google Doc, you can't see those private comments on the right, not that I could find. But where you can see it is if, so this phone remembers from the student's perspective, well, when that is clicked on down there and you go to your work, actually it might not be uploading there yet. So I'm going to go back to the computer here and I'm going to go back to what Ella is seeing here. Oh, there it is right there on the private comment. Hi, Ella, how's it going? And that's showing up on the computer there. I'm not sure why it's not showing up on the phone yet, because it did say that, maybe if I refresh this, because she did get the notification on her phone that she got a private comment. So maybe now if I go back to your work, now it still doesn't say it there. I'm not sure why it doesn't. Maybe I'm gonna go ahead and add a comment back from Ella. All right. So I'm not sure how soon I'll see that on my end, which would be right here. Let's see if I close out of this guy and then go back in. Let's see if I can see Ella's comment back here. Yeah, and there's Ella's comment on the right side there, along with that. Okay, let's say this was an assignment though. Okay, and I wanted to leave a comment on a specific page. Unfortunately, I can't leave it in a specific spot. Like if this was a picture of a math assignment and I wanted to just leave, let's say this word math right there was an actual problem. I can't just like click that problem and leave a comment on that problem. But what I can do is I can leave a comment on that whole page and just say something like, hey, regarding, in number 3, you forgot to math correctly, something like that. And then hit enter. This does not, I do not believe, send them a notification. You won't see any notifications pop up here on her phone or anything, but she would be able to see that when I return. If I click this button right here, if I return this to her, then she'll be able to see it. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. So a student can and a teacher can see any of these private comments over here before it's returned, but the students can't see these comments, I don't believe, until it's actually returned to them. So I'm going to return that back to her. And then it says right here, hey, your syllabus has been returned. There it is there. Oh, and now it is showing that private comment there. Maybe it needed to be returned to show that as well. I don't know. I feel like that's not consistent. But so if I open that up on here, or from her perspective on the laptop or a Chromebook, if I open it up, let's see what that looks like here. So there's a picture there. I don't see that one private or that comment on just this page. I'm not sure why that's not showing up. If I go over here on the doc, there's that comment right there. Number 3, you forgot the math correctly. I think that would show up here. After giving it a little bit of time. I mean, we're going for like immediate justification here, and it's not going to happen. It might take a few minutes here for that one comment to show up. So that is how we're going to submit it, and how things are shown or seen from both your perspective as a student and my perspective as a teacher. One other thing I wanted to add in here quick is either from the phone or from the computer here, you could unsubmit it and you could resubmit it. You could also, before you turn it in, you can also add other pictures as well. So in the case that there's multiple pages that you want to take a picture of and you want to do one at a time, you should be able to add more pages to it. If there are more pages that you want to add, that might be where a laptop comes in handy so that you can edit kind of where these are going. You know, those pages get kind of messed up. So I'm going to go back into this here real quick and go to this and see if I can add anything else right now. Oop, but I got to open it in Docs. I forgot about that. So let's say I want to add another picture. Okay. There's that picture. And then I'm just going to hit enter. Oops, not there. There we go. So right there is where I want to add my next picture. So let's say this is there's multiple pages in this assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and add another image. Flip this over into a blank page here. I'm going to do that image from the camera, take a real quick picture. There it is. And I'm going to use that photo. And they're inserted that second page right there. But if it's kind of hard to tell, you know, what it exactly looks like. I'm not a huge fan of phones. I don't like the small screen. I know it's good for taking the picture and stuff, but if you want to actually move things around a little bit better, it should at any moment show up on here actually. So I'm going to go ahead and open this from Ella's perspective. Oops, it already is open right there, isn't it? There's that second page. That's what I was looking for. So, and look at, here's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know, maybe it's me. This kind of stuff drives me nuts. I don't like having this big blank page here. So I'm going to hit delete. Kind of hard to do that stuff on the phone, but now it looks a little bit nicer because I went on the computer to do it. That's a lot of stuff to do for one assignment. Really, if there's blank pages that are inserted in there when you're handing in a multiple page assignment, that's not the end of the world. But if you're like me, you want to clean it up, it's probably easier to do it from the computer. So that's how things look. And if you have any questions, just let me know.